Ploydao! Welcome to the Honest Creative Podcast.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ Welcome. Today we have Ploydao. She is one of the most amazing, talented, humble videographer I know in this world, especially in the travel industry. In the world of hospitality, she is the go-to person, and I'm so excited and honored to have you here today at the
thank you
Honest
so
Creative
much,
Podcast.
ค่ะ.
We're gonna learn all about you, how you do your thing, and just about your life in general. I think that'd be cool.
Wow, okay.
You ready?
I'm so excited. This actually will be the first time that I'm speaking in English.
Wow.
And also on the podcast.
On the podcast. Well, I'm super excited. You're doing great. We're gonna start off with the first question.
Okay.
And you have to answer me the first thing you think of, yeah? So what's the first thing you think of when I say blue?
Well, I think about the kindness.
Calmness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, feel calm and cold.
Cold. Okay. Wow, that's the first time someone's given me an emotion. Because usually someone will say someone said Facebook, someone said
okay.
ocean. Pimanit said Anessa because we shot for Anessa recently. But you're the first one that said an emotion, and I really like that answer. So today we're gonna award her with the 4th ever Honest Creative sticker. Congratulations! Here you go.
Finally, I got this. I've been wanting to get this, so
Wow! Thank you.
I'll stick it somewhere.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Okay, awesome. I think we can start off immediately jumping into how did you get here? You are someone who's traveling and working with the best hotels in the world, Intercontinental, Four Seasons, all these top brands. So I want to know from zero, like how did you get into this industry?
Okay. So it will start off by seeing The Idol. Like,
Oh,
you
The
know.
Idol. Okay.
Yeah, so my idol back then would be Taylor Cut Film.
Wow.
And also, of course, Sam Coder.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay.
And yeah, it's basically just two of them. And what I did is I have a goal. Like, I want to travel for living.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of like the main goal. When I finished my master degree in the UK, I told myself that okay, after this I'll just go for maybe like travel for living. Maybe let's try for 1 or 2 months.
Okay.
And in Bali, of course.
Oh my God.
And we'll see how it's go. But then the COVID hit.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
my life plan is kind of changed. So I just go with the flow, and then I became like a researcher.
Okay.
Yeah, and back then I trying to travel, find a way to travel, and then that's the first time all that year that I reached out to hotel.
Oh.
So basically, I just creating content for them just for free.
Yeah, but before you were reached out to them, did you already doing content traveling?
Yes. I did the content about like traveling when I was in the 3rd year and the 4th year of university.
That's when it started, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And it started with my friend, which is the man we know, which is Manit.
Oh, Manit! Shout out to Manit. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So that is like 2017 or 18. 2018 or something. And we went to Bali together.
Is that the first like creator trip? Like you went and you like, I know I'm gonna take content, I'm gonna post it.
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
it's in the YouTube,
Ooh.
but it's on my ex-boyfriend account.
Okay.
But then when we broke up, but we're still friends now,
Yeah.
he deleted.
Oh, but you have the video?
I have the video.
Okay, you have the video.
But he deleted on the social media, and I was like, oh my God,
Oh
you deleted.
my
But
God.
it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I did put something on the social media, which on the YouTube, and it's like 3 minutes long. The videos like travel content in Bali, the whole video.
So you're doing content just for fun, right? Like no
Yeah,
goal
just
of trying to earn money, but then something came up to you and you're like, okay, maybe I can make some money, right? Is that when you started reaching out to brands?
Yes. Actually, the thought of trying to get money, it's not really in my head. Actually, it's just like I just want to see things that different that I haven't seen it before.
Right.
Which is because traveling is allow me to be, I don't want to say be myself, but be in my comfort zone that I could see things differently from what I live in Thailand.
Okay.
So basically, it's just that.
Yeah. So content creation, you weren't there for the money. It's more like if this hotel is gonna let me stay for free, like I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like that. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And I know now because you work with some major brands, right? Now you're not just getting to stay for free. They want you to come now, right? So what's the difference between a hotel wants you to stay for free and a hotel wants to pay you to stay?
I'm still arguing with myself because sometimes I just want to enjoy and make the content that I want to make. Yeah, so most of the time it will be like collaboration. They giving me like 3 meals, like 3 nights or something like that. I would prefer to stay 3 nights and 3 meals every day without money.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, because it's like I could enjoy and make some content that I want to make. Maybe they just brief me just a little bit like what they want, and I just
do your thing.
Yeah, just do my thing.
Do you feel like when there's money involved, there's like a pressure, like I have to live up to a standard, right?
It's not to live up to the standard, but it's like I have to be serious with it. Just like have to focus on it.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes that I focus on it, and I also know that I'm traveling too. It's not really called like traveling.
Yeah. It's more like for work.
Yeah, I go to work.
I understand.
Yeah, so most of the time I would like, okay, just go for collaboration and just relax. Make some content that I want to make.
I feel you. I think your younger self would be really proud of you today, right? If you could tell your younger self maybe in 2017, what would you tell her?
That was one sentence that I wrote on my Instagram like last year, like to wrap up my 2022 or something.
Okay.
I said like I feel like I'm successful to just brought myself to these beautiful places, and that was back when I was at like Labuan Bajo in Komodo Island.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to Ayana Resort, and it was like, I don't know, I'm still in awe.
Right.
When I think about that place,
Yeah.
and I just feel like this place is just like enough for me.
Right.
Like I feel like maybe this call is the success.
Success,
for
right?
me.
I like that. Okay, success to you is seeing these new places, being able to immerse yourself in culture and in the environment, right? Because I guess for a lot of people these days, success to them means money or like status.
Yes.
Right? But for you, it's different. For you, it's about being able to see the world, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty depend on people how they want to think about success, because I think everyone has their own goals, like objectives, like where did they want to go. Maybe for buying a house, a car, taking care of the family. But I feel like I trying to want to make my success like not to be involved with the money.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
So because I don't want to pressure myself.
Yeah.
Because at least I feel like I don't know how long I'm gonna live.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
because and when I lost my dad, I feel like that's how I want to live. Yeah.
It was like a wake up call, right?
Yeah.
Do
and
something.
I want to live, and I don't want to make success equal money, something like that.
That's good.
So when I travel, I feel like, oh my God, I feel so good.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
It feels so good to see these beautiful places and just give myself a time to be resting,
Yeah.
to be relaxing, like just don't think about anything.
Yeah, I think when we travel, we really see that the world is so much bigger than our head because, especially us, we're based in Bangkok and we do so much work here that we always think, okay, tomorrow we have to do this, tomorrow we have to do that, and there's only so much we can do. But when you travel, it's like, what? Like, this exists? Like, we don't know, right? So I wanted to ask, is there any most memorable trip for you or experience you had so far?
You mean like with the traveling?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say Dubai
Why is that?
because it's like because there's some feeling that I feel like maybe I'm not belong here for some reason, but I feel like Dubai got me because that is the country that made me almost cry
Wow.
like so many times.
In a good way?
Maybe in a good way. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have been seeing the video, like that traveling videos in Dubai.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was there. And I see how people live, people spend, people, like a lot of different people, even like a poor people and local, a very like urbanized.
Right.
I see like everything maybe in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel like, oh my God, to live here, it just, okay, you just cannot have a dream to live here, but you gotta have like money.
Really?
Or maybe like have to work really hard. And I know so many people that I connect with, like they're from like different places. Maybe like from South Africa, Iran, I don't know, like they all come here because they said like there's the work here. It's like, I feel like it's Dubai, it's also a lifestyle that people want to be here.
Okay.
And the reason that I think it's Dubai is because it's different.
It's different.
Yeah, it's not giving me the feeling of comfort like 100%.
Okay.
But it feels like, oh my God, I feel like I need to be
like hardworking, like you
yeah,
wanna
like
achieve a lot more.
something like that. And just like make me feel like the excitement of it.
Oh, okay.
And feel like this world just like amazing how people build from like desert to just these beautiful luxury building. And yeah, just I think Dubai's got me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think so too. I mean, I never visited Dubai, but I see all the travel videos. I'm like, holy shit. Like, that's crazy. And especially Dubai, I mean, it was like just a desert, right? But now it's like a playground. You want to build whatever, you just build it, right?
yeah.
But also, what you said was really interesting is you want a place that excites you, not just comfort, right? You want a place that's like pushing you to do something bigger, which is different from what I was thinking. Because for me, some place that I was like really enjoy is a place that's like I feel most at peace. For me, I'm more like peacefulness, right? But yeah, I like what you said, excitement, because you get bored sometimes staying in one place for a long time. Do you get bored of Bangkok these days?
Not really get bored because basically Bangkok is Thailand. It's my home and I love food here. When I ever like travel to other places, I would just miss my home because of the food.
Yeah, the food, 100%.
Yeah, so, well, I won't say that I feel bored with the Bangkok thing, but it just like somehow like the chaos, the busy, like the busyness, I don't know, like I don't know why people have to be this busy.
Oh, but you said Dubai was also were they busy too or no?
In terms of the traffic, I wouldn't say that it's busy, but I don't know, it's different vibe. Like I don't know how to call it, but Dubai is different.
Okay, I just gotta go for myself. I just have to go. Damn. Okay. What I'm curious about, this might be a I don't know if it's a sensitive topic for you, but I know you're a bit on the smaller size. Can you stand up just for the camera just to see? Because we're kind of a big difference. But I'm curious, like, has your size or height affected your work in any way? Has it helped or has it hindered or not really?
Well, for me, from my experience, I wouldn't say it's bothered me.
Okay.
Because I always trying to find a way.
Yeah.
Whether it's a chair to stand or whatever. But when I talk, so I used to talk with one photographer that's very tall.
Okay.
Yeah, and I asked him like, is it good to be tall?
Is it good to be tall? Yeah.
For like being photographer, he said like, well, sometimes it's not good because when like the model is like small, he has to like do this like all the time. It's like I don't know. It's
It definitely depends, right?
Yeah, it's really depends. And he was like, he don't like to do this for so long because my leg is like shaking or something. Yeah, and he was like, being small, it's also nice. Like, don't worry. He's like, don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious because like I think, people have their ways of, understanding themselves, and just because you're a certain way doesn't mean it's an obstacle, but maybe it's an advantage, right? You can get better angles than other people, right? So.
Well.
Depends.
Yeah, because like it's. I think I really had a problem when I was shooting concert.
Wow.
That is kind of a problem because first the stage is very tall.
Yeah. But you get all the best angles, like low angle.
But then there will be other videographers and photographers that like taller than me, of course. And I was like,
So you have to have like a 1 meter gimbal like this.
I have that.
Yeah,
when I was like shooting concert, I have that.
Oh my god.
So it was like, whoop. Okay, I win, everyone.
Yeah, I win. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes it's nice to just desangle, but I do admit that most of the time I have to like in this gesture. Like,
okay. That means you have like a lot of upper body strength. Okay. I wanted to also ask because you do travel a lot and you're shooting content, and it's not just iPhone content. It's like top-notch content, right? So I'm curious, what is your best travel camera setup?
Okay, so I'll just tell my go-to.
Okay. Let's do it.
My go-to equipment will be FX3 and 24-105.
Wow, 24-105. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you choose the 24-105?
Because it's allowed me to just like get the wide angle and also a very close up. But then like when you focus on something at the back, it's also like very burly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of help. Yeah.
Nice.
24-105. Yeah.
I think, to my understanding, that setup is quite big, right? It's not like a small setup. It's quite big.
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult? No, not at all.
No,
Really?
maybe I get used to it.
Yeah.
Like because I think that is small setup for me because it's the camera and the lens. That's it. Yeah. Because most of the time when you shoot, you maybe want to have like a V-mount thing.
Yeah.
Monitor, like the things like with
The
the
handle.
hand,
Yeah. We know a lot of people who just want to add, right? For me, funny enough, what you said, the lens and the camera, for me, that's already a lot. I feel like, especially when I'm traveling, I don't want to be like, it's heavy, it's like, for me, I kind of want something more compact, maybe like the Q3 and maybe the X100V, just because I think, for me, when I travel, I want to experience and just document, right? But I'm not, at least me, I'm not like too like, I need to get this shot at this focal length. So yeah, I guess it's different for everyone.
Yeah, but for me, I usually like take videos too. I don't really take photo much.
Right.
Yeah, most of the time like videos, and sometimes I just take on iPhone.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's honestly the best. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious, I know you have a certain aesthetic. You are very clean, colorful, minimal. Where do you get that inspiration from? Do you have a certain Instagram account that you like?
Okay, I would say like back then, before I used to upset with editing.
Editing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like very so much transition.
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
like so much effect.
we had to go
and so
through that.
on.
Everyone did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that I get the reference from somewhere, but I do get reference from somewhere. But I feel like I just want to try to make things less. Like, can I make it less?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like maybe sometimes less is more. Yeah, and I just want to challenge myself too, because when you do less, you have to make sure that the frames look so good.
Can you give us an example in your recent work? I saw you did one in Gochang, and
Yeah.
that one is less is more, right?
Yeah, so I was like trying to get the angle. Let's say like when you want the transition, sometimes like before I need to do like whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
and just like make a transition thing, but now it's just like one shot.
Okay, one shot.
Yeah,
Everyone
just,
has to focus on
yeah,
whatever.
and have to focus on that. Whether it's like focus on this, focus on that, you have to find the reason like why you focus on that and not focus on this.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I try to find the meaning when I do things less. Like,
Yeah, I definitely think so, because even for me, my portraits, right, like I don't like to have a lot of other stuff in the way, because when I take a frame, all your attention should be on the person, right? Their expression, their posture, their facials, right? So everything just focuses in. And especially for video, I think it's harder because you have opportunity to move. You can do a lot of stuff. But for photos, like, of course, you can only do this much, right? But videos, like, do I want to pan? Do I want to slowly go in? So you really have to be disciplined at what you select. Right?
Yeah, because I have to be honest, like most of the time, I was improvising.
Okay, no, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Like because okay, if you're saying like oh we have to do transition that way and that way, it means like I have to have the plan in my head.
Yeah.
Because I don't do storyboard.
Yeah.
And it means like I have to improvise. Yeah. So when I was thinking like okay, this time I'm gonna do like transitions, like this thing to that thing, and it means like every time that I shoot, I have to improvise it.
Do you think this is a skill you can practice and get better?
Yes, I think so. Because I use it all the time. Even don't be mad, but even like the work that I just shoot with Audi, like. Yeah, I just asked people like, okay, what do you want?
Yeah,
like,
right.
And he said like, oh, just your style. And I was like, okay. I'll just go with what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like improvising, like, okay, I will get this angle and trying to get like transition thing that he could use for like the transition.
For the wheel. Yeah, okay.
Wheel thing, whatever I get, like just random.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say random shit.
No, but it is true. Like even for me, like sometimes I do portraits. Just like, what's the best position? I'm like, I know. Let's go. We just. Usually, what I do is like I just walk around and it just comes up.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how to explain it to other people. It just comes up. But I was at my house the other day and I was thinking, because I want to teach people how to get better angles and whatnot. But there's no right or wrong way,
Yeah.
At least the one thing I know is what we talked about, which is simplify, right? Just keep it simple and you will learn to focus on different things. So at least that's how I found it.
Yeah, I think people see things differently too. But sometimes we do see things like in the same way, but we won't see things in the same way for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump back into the hospitality world because you are an expert at that. And I was curious if you can walk us through how you kind of like price or budget with these hotels. Like, can I take example? I'm a hotel in Koh Samui, and I was like, hello, Ploydao. Well, we want to work with you and create a video. How do you walk us through it?
Well, it's have to ask them about like what the objective of the videos, like what they want.
Is there different objectives for different videos?
Maybe like for promotional or for just like content that keep people on track on to just follow you, like just the beautiful content, not actually promoting. Because there will be some videos that go for ads and some video just go for like maybe trying to like walk through which part of the hotel, what we have. It's kind of like educating.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay. So the first step is objective, and then the second step would be.
Second step would be like how you want to do it. Like, do you want to do just for me or like the full production team? Because what I know these days, like I guess like people do it on their own more.
You mean like freelance, just like one person?
Yeah, just one person.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I actually I met, let's say like more people.
Yeah.
That just do one person.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe just two.
Right.
Something like that. So I think okay, I don't want to say this, but sometimes I feel like because I also contact with a marketing agency.
Right.
And some of them would say like the hotel don't want to spend the budget. Yeah, and okay, so when they don't want to spend the budget, it means like no full production.
No full production.
Yeah.
Okay, so just
like
you.
yeah, so just me or just me and assistant, and that's it.
Does the full production make your work better, or it can? I don't know. Does it?
Well, I see the result from both sides, from full production and not full production.
Okay.
So I feel like it's really depend on the people too. Like you, it's I think. Okay, it's also come with limitation. Okay, if you have limited budget or you have a limited time or you have a limited like let's say like the team, something like that, and you got to do it 1% or just 2% because that will give you a quick decision too.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to involve so many people to just get one work done.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's really depends.
Yeah, okay.
But I would say like the result could come like very best from both sides because I've seen and
yeah.
I would say like you don't need to have the full production to do
Okay.
the video.
Yeah, I definitely think it depends, and it depends on a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Timeline, budget, and whatnot.
I think the big thing is the budget.
The budget, yeah. Money is a very hard topic to talk about during, especially in the creative world, because like, how are you supposed to say this person's work is supposed to be more expensive than yours? Like, there's no objective feeling, right? Or there's no objective way to measure that. How do you? Because I know you work with big clients, large clients. What do you think will allow clients to see, oh, this person is a professional, compared to like, oh, this is just an amateur? Is there something different?
I feel like from what my experience, from my experience, I feel like it's depend on the style. Because I feel like everyone has their own signature. Like, and I feel like I wouldn't say like, okay, these people have a very good work.
Yeah.
And that person is not a good work. It depends on the style, the signature, and the experience.
Yeah.
And what you were saying before is like how to like to monetize.
Yeah.
If you want to think about our rate.
Yeah.
I listened to one of my favorite podcasts, which is Mission to the Moon from People With.
Okay.
And he brings up the budget thing, like how he rate his own like skill and like the budget. And he said like, okay, he has like all these 10 years that he was reading a lot. He giving like he has been like speaker a lot of events.
Yeah.
And it's not about like, because he said like most of the time people will think like, oh, you talk only for 1 hour, like why
are you so expensive?
Yeah. Your rate is so expensive. And he said like, because of the experience that I have, like I cannot read like 10 books in
Right.
one day and I can just speak to you.
Right.
Something like that. So
Okay.
it's like things that he lived with. He
Yeah.
actually lived with this
Right.
thing like for maybe like more than 10 years and the whole life. And that is maybe like priceless.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, people in the industry, especially the ones hiring us, hiring creatives, they think they're just paying for, oh, I pay you for 1 hour of shooting, I pay you for 2 hours. The reality is they're paying for the years of experience to be able to do it in 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, for example, somebody comes to me with a problem about, oh, why doesn't my photo not look good? And I can immediately tell them, oh, it doesn't look good because this. And then they're like, okay, how much you charge that? I have like, let's say 10,000 baht. Oh my God, why is it so expensive? Like, you did it in 5 seconds. But it takes me 10 years to know that in 5 seconds. You know what I mean? So I think it's hard for people to understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's a very hard topic to really explain.
Yeah.
But when it's come to like themselves or like what to calculate their own rate, I feel like people understand.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, but when it's like because let's say like the marketing team could get like the budget for 1 year maybe like 2 million baht.
Mm-hmm.
They have to like manage all that budget,
Yeah.
which is understandable. Sometimes it's like okay, we need to think about their side too, but it's just like one way, like two way of people that have to like be mindful
100%, 100%.
yeah, that side and take in consideration of outside.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
It's definitely a two-way street. You gotta talk about it and not just like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Right?
Yeah.
So okay, very cool, very cool. I want to ask, and I think this is important that you said you are also in a full-time job, right? And then you're also doing freelance. So it's like that's a lot of stuff to balance. Like, do you find it difficult, or like how are you doing this?
Okay. So well okay, the reason that I'm still like do full-time job is maybe because I don't trust the work that I do. Yeah. I feel like because I know deep down that I didn't take it seriously.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like I still have some half of me on that. Like half of me commit to like the full-time job and half of me commit to traveling, which is what I want. Yeah, I want to do. But the work, it's like I need to do or I have to do, I should do, I must do. But traveling, it's like I want to do and I cannot. And I think I cannot live without it.
Right. So is it like you're doing a 9 to 5 because for money reasons, or is it more social pressure? Like what is?
Okay, at first it could be like social pressure because of my family that they really encourage me to go to like government sector.
Oh.
Just like go do that.
Yeah.
And most of the time I say like, well, please let me choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
something like that. And I try to like prove them by doing these traveling things.
Yeah.
Which at first I don't really think that it will make much money or something. But it's like, yeah, it turns out that my family is like understand about this more, that I'm not just traveling, but I do make some work from that too.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like back then I was like, yeah, still don't trust even now. Yeah.
Do you think you will ever take the leap of faith and like, okay, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5? Is it something in the future you're thinking of?
Yeah, I was thinking of that because I was thinking between like to just live to work or work to live. Yeah, it's just two ways that it doesn't mean that right or wrong. It just depends on the people's life conditions, like life conditions, like what do they have?
Yeah.
Because we're born different. We
Right.
cannot choose.
Yeah.
And there's so many factors that people will choose different way.
Yeah. I think it's important to understand, like you said before, work to live or live to work. I think it's not one or the other, but it comes in different cycles, right? Sometimes, well, I'm 23, and I think for me now it's work to live, right? I want to earn so I can have a better life in the future, right? But maybe it's for you, it's different. Maybe this time of your life, this season of your life is live to work, right? So, yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways to think about it, but it's good that you're thinking about it because some people never think about it and they just work, 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 and when they want to live, it's too late, right?
Yeah, I think the reason that I think about it because one goal that I have from last year, maybe from June onward, from last year, and even now, is to stay true to myself. Like,
How do you do that?
it's really hard thing to do, like to just be honest with yourself and just like make sure that everything that you do, you satisfied with it.
How do you, are you writing it down to think of it or how are you learning about this?
I think I talk to myself often.
Okay.
Yeah, to understand other people, it's different thing, and to understand yourself, it's a big thing for me. I've been talking to myself, like asking what I want for maybe a few years now.
Wow.
Yeah, just like
goosebumps. Okay.
yeah, just start talking to yourself, communicate to yourself on whatever topic, whether it's work, family, love, friends. Just talk to yourself. Like, what do you want, and why do you think it's go like that, and or it's be like that? Because sometimes people are judging without knowing that they are judging.
Right.
Yeah, and most of the time that I do, like few years back and even now, to just trying to analyze things
Of yourself.
yeah, and also like others, because I feel like there's a lot of pressure from the social media, and we couldn't be ourselves.
Yeah.
And that is a scary thing for me, because when I start to become something else or others people, it's not healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy, and it's pressure me to do things that maybe I don't want to do or I don't like to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you because I also, every morning I journal and I would, write to myself like, what is it I want to do, right? Like, what is it that makes me excited, makes me want to go out there and do stuff, right? Because I know what I don't want, because I know that feeling. The feeling of not wanting something is like
Stronger.
It's like when I'm asked to do this, I'm like, it just feels really bad and I'm like wasting my time. So I know that feeling, and if I know what I don't want, then I can cancel that out and then find, it's my direction is clearer, right? But yeah, talking to yourself, I think that's something we all have to do. And it's hard because in these days, social media, there's TV, there's so much stuff like, oh, you should do this, you should. No, just calm down and maybe.
Yeah, and I think it's very hard because sometimes even when first time that I really trying to communicate with myself, it's go everywhere. The thoughts, and it's like the first thing that come to my mind is like I will be like เข้าข้างตัวเอง like I didn't stay true to myself.
That's a hard realization we have to accept.
Yeah, it's like a big realization that I think this way.
Yeah.
And because sometimes like it's kind of like some mechanisms that we convince ourselves that we think
exactly
like that people. We think this way, but actually no, we didn't think that. We think differently. And it's really hard to accept that we think different.
Yeah. I think the hardest part about this is the change of direction. Like realizing that it's not right and you have to accept that you're wrong. And then you're like, okay, let me start from zero. Let me start again.
Yeah.
And then from there, you have a more healthy, more accepting mindset, right? But the hardest part is.
Yeah, and you could be kinder to yourself too. Allow yourself to be kind to yourself. It's like the best thing. Yeah.
Do you read? How do you have this kind of healthy mindset? Do you read about it? Do you listen to other people? Why are you so? Yeah.
Okay, I need to accept that I don't read much.
It's okay. No, that's okay.
I don't read much,
Yeah.
but I like to listen. Yeah.
Podcasts.
Yeah, maybe podcasts or from people experience and from life experience. I don't say that I have a lot of life experience, but okay, let's say I go to many places.
Yeah.
I see a lot of different people, different culture, have so many friends that have so many habits. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, from what I did, it's just like what I tell you, analyzing, observing, listening to what, like, why they do this and and I always, like, if I'm close to them or maybe not close, but there's a time that I could ask, I would like, why you do this? And I will say, like, I don't want to judge, but I want to understand. Yeah. Every time I ask something, I will repeat to them that I want to understand.
Okay.
Like, I want to be, just to understand and to just, because I feel like people have reason for doing that.
I think so too.
Yeah, but so, like I said, sometimes if they don't talk to themselves that much, they won't accept it, that they want this.
Yeah, yeah.
But the action go that way. And it's communicate differently from what people, like, outside looking in.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I, like, want to understand.
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing about what we do is that we're able to meet a lot of people through our work, because we're not in the office or we're not stuck in one place. But through meeting all these people, at least for myself, I shoot with a lot of people, right? And I ask them about, not just about the photos we're taking, but why are you here? Like, what are you doing? And I hear so many stories. And with these stories, it's just like perspective. It gives me perspective that, it's not everything is about my own life. There's other people too. And yeah, I think it's understanding yourself to understand others. It's, if you don't read a lot, but I definitely recommend a book you might like, which is 101 Essays That Changed My Life. Have you heard of that one? So basically, it's 101 essays, and each essay is about, a healthy mindset and why it's okay to accept a change of direction, and all these, like, different pieces of emotional intelligence and emotional awareness that just one sentence can change your life. And I think it really did. I think it was even just one, like a few sentences really made me think that, like, my head is actually polluted by all these social media things, right? So definitely, I think you should read that. Damn, this is getting like emotional topic. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll definitely check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think you are someone who would appreciate this.
Yeah, because I believe it too. Like, some sentence would change your perspective. Yeah.
One sentence that changed my perspective that came from you is the one where you talked about, like, going through life is like getting on a highway, right? You want to decide before you get on the highway, or else it's too late to come down, right? When you come down, it's too late. And to me, what that means is that when I'm making a life decision, like a big one especially, I should really take some time to think about it. It's not always like what the heart tells you, right? Sometimes you really need to think about, do I want to get on this highway? Because if I do, it's really hard to come down, right? And yeah, that stuck with me, because every time I want to make a big life decision, I'm like, okay, Ploydao said, if you want to get on the highway, watch out. Right? So I don't know, has that applied in your life?
Because if you come down, it would be different road.
It's too late. You're like, where am I? Like, how do I go back up? So yeah, how did that?
Yeah, it means, like, if you're lucky, you can U-turn, right? But you cannot take the time back, like, take it back in time. It will be different age, will be different period.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you can U-turn, but maybe it's too late already. But even if it's too late, I feel like there's something waiting for you. I feel like there's one quote that I just heard, and I feel like it's so true. It's that like there will be like a moment that I'm glad I did, and another one is like I wish I had.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm glad I did it, like because you did it already, or you wished you had. Like it's like
regret, right? Like you're talking about the feeling of you wish you had, but it's not something you can change. You know, like you can't go back in time.
Yeah,
right?
but if you decide to go with something and you did it, you'll be like, I'm glad I did before, I don't know, left this world or.
Yeah. I think even if it didn't turn out the way you want, at least you did it and now you know.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you never do it, you never know.
Yeah. And really, that is really true statement. Like, if you never do it, you never know. Because, like, I feel like life, if I was younger, I would be more like innocent. But when times go by and more experience, things that I do, people I met or work I did, whatsoever, it's like I'm not innocent anymore.
Yeah.
I know all these things, and now it's just like which direction that I want to go.
Right.
Yeah, because it's the time to decide now, like which direction you want to go, because you had it all. Like, what else? Or maybe you want new experience, which you have to find it. Like, okay, what do you like to do, or what things you haven't done yet, something like that.
Okay, yeah, I think that's beautiful. And speaking about life, right? Do you have any goal for this year or future plans?
It's very famous question. That's one.
I ask everyone.
Yeah. I mean, like not just only you ask, but
ask yourself.
Yeah, I ask myself, and I feel like my circle of friends starting to asking me, or even ask each other.
Yeah.
Because we will turn 28 this year.
Okay.
And well, yeah, most of them. Okay, what's your goal now? Do you have someone that you want to marry yet, or something like that? It's like because we are women, and these topic will come up.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah, and this topic will be like the like, how do I say, like the most common question that I get from my friend.
Oh, wow.
Like, okay, what do you want to do next year, this year? Any plan for marriage? And I was like,
I don't know what am I doing tomorrow? What am I eating tomorrow?
Because like even my work, I feel like I try to be in the present.
Yeah.
Because you cannot do things in the past anymore. And if you think about the future too much, you will not focus in the present. So the common answer that I'll tell my friend would be like, just trying to be in the present first.
That is very good. I think that's very good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to be in the present first, because, okay, I heard a lot that doing great in the present will be good for the future too. And I feel like that's kind of true for me, because most of the time I would say like, I don't really have plan. But I know that people want to have plan.
Yeah.
We want to have a plan, but sometimes we have to admit, like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes things change. And there's one word that stick with me that my senior friend said to me, like, it's anicang.
What does that
There's
mean?
nothing like certain. There's no certainty.
Wow.
There's no certainty on this earth. Like even COVID, like we don't know that we will change to do things online, sales online, work online, things like online, something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's true. It's like nothing's certain. So you don't have to try to make it certain. Because if you try to make it certain and there will be a lot of pressure, you'll be tired. Yeah, it's like, it's okay if you love planning, because sometimes I do like planning, especially when like traveling.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having fun, making plans, but life plan is different.
Yeah.
Life plan is not something that you will say like, tomorrow I'm do this, but
Right.
if you get sick tonight,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Life could be like so different, and yeah, I feel like life plan is different. So when you ask me like, what's my goal? Yeah, I would just say in the present, and I won't rush myself to have a plan.
Wow.
Yeah, because I do have a plan. Okay, I would like. Okay, I would be imagine myself. Less work, more travel.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
less work, more travel. That's my goal. Stay true to myself. Do not lie to myself, and talk to myself more.
Okay.
Because that will leading my way to what I want.
Okay. So yeah, I think you put it the best out of everyone I interviewed yet, which is like, it's not that you need to have a certain goal or a certain thing you have to achieve by the end of this year. It's more like, these are the mindset I have for myself, and if I just keep this true and do as I think, then all should be well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like people also talk about the growth mindset too.
Yeah.
Which is, it's so hard to have. Even now, I'm trying to have like growth mindset.
Yeah.
Which is something that you be able to adapt yourself, being resilient, like to understand things around you and be adaptable. Because that is the skill that you need.
Yeah.
Even like now we have like a job, right? Certain career that would go into the futures, like AI, data, whatsoever. But it's all come down to like adaptability.
Yeah.
So you need to like reskill, like unlearn, relearn, like reskill, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, even in creative world like us, we have to like reskill.
Okay.
Relearn, unlearn. Otherwise, we'll be stuck in the same creative or what we call like the theory.
Yeah.
I mean, theory is good because it's giving us the basic, fundamental. But from that, we need to take our own path to have the new creative thing whatsoever. Like we need to relearn, unlearn all the time.
Speaking of skill and adaptability, this is the last question of the podcast. And I just want to ask, what are some takeaways you can give young videographers out there, young content creators out there, that they should do or they shouldn't do? Some tips.
One thing that I would say is that do not settle in this creative industry, because if you settle, you don't really allow yourself to learn. And I think being creative it's something that you have to release your mind. Don't make it too tight. Yeah, because it's like you work a lot, and we will heard the word like burnout.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically just that. And I would say like trying to balance it, balance your life with the work. Because nowadays I know that we want to earn a lot, but one thing that we have to remember is the health, our healthy. Like, make our health healthy, and the work will be healthy too.
Wow.
Because sleep, it's also very important.
Yeah.
It's happened to me, and I think it's happened to everyone, that you worked a lot, and you would say like you burned out. And the question will be like, do you sleep enough? Because like I watch a lot of the YouTube that speaking about the burnout thing, and I was like, yeah, maybe the sleep is the answer. Sleep is the answer of everything. It's like, because when you sleep, everything is like reset, repair, and your brain will function.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, just trying to balance it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, work-life balance is something that really hard to do, but eventually you're gonna find something. I know that you want to work to your success, but don't forget about the sleep, your health, because you have to notice that when you sleep enough, maybe that is the best day that you're working,
Yeah,
like
true,
the best
true.
work.
True.
Like, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
don't settle trying to balance your work life balance and sleep
Sleep.
more.
Wow.
Yeah, that will be the takeaway that
Thank you. Well, you sound like my mom. But thank you so much, Ploydao, for coming on the Honest Creative today. And I think this is one of the most unexpected podcast episode because it got really deep emotionally wise. And I think the viewers out here today will learn a lot from you and take away from you. You're someone who understands yourself a lot, seems like it. And through that, you also are very understanding of others. So thank you for your time today and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you guys.